Back at the stand, Sheriff Center, the Tritons of UC San Diego. Got to try to turn this ship around. Meanwhile, Mr. Hunt and the Warriors looking good. And let's take a look, Chris, at our McDonald's match stats.
Well, the first thing that jumps out is what Sivan Leone was just talking about. UC San Diego has just got to hit better. You see that negative number? That means they had 17 kills. They had more errors than they had kills. And that is not a good thing. You got to be hitting around 300 if you want to play them with the best in this country. And that's what Hawaii did. They hit over 300. I think the other telling tale was the blocking tale. 10 blocks by Hawaii to 2 for San Diego. Normally, you might, if you get 3 blocks a game, you're doing pretty good. And Hawaii got 5 per set. That's playing some good volleyball.
Charlie Wade came over and walked by the table and said, rolling his eyes, they're hitting 0.55 and we're serving it into the net. Obviously, the service errors, if there is a concern right now on the part of the University of Hawaii Warrior volleyball team, it would be the service errors. But your impressions on what you've seen, a lot of new parts that we talked about coming into this match, what you've seen that you do like?
Well, I like the way that Sam Biscaro is moving the ball around to a lot of different players. I like the way he's taking advantage of the middle, both West and Lofi when he can. And I like the way that that Hawaii's passing the ball overall. They've had some problems, but San Diego, they got some good servers back there to rip the ball. Eberts went on a run there, and he's a good server. He's solid.
When you talk about all the new parts and all the new faces and people having an opportunity to get a swing in, that's what Charlie Wade said he likes about this team. Gone may be Umlauf and Walker, but what they have now is opportunity and a chance to spread it around. Hawaii up 2-0, taking the first game 25-16, 25-20 in set number 2. So Hawaii trying to make straight set work out of the Tritons of UC San Diego.
I will tell you something about these Tritons. They will not give up. It's one of the things that Kevin Ring really likes about this team. They came from behind in 2 of the 3 sets they won on Monday night against the Canadian team, and my guess is that they will not give up tonight until the last ball drops.
First set and the first kill goes to Nick West in set number 3.
And there's a set we have yet to see tonight, is the back quick to one of the middle blockers. That's a nice little call there by Biscaro. Move things around.
West and Hunt with 5 kills. Johan Timmer leading the team with 6. JP Marks in the service error, and that's the one thing that Charlie Wade says he just doesn't want to see more of. We've seen a lot of service errors.
There's good news and bad news about Marks. He's got 4 service errors, but he's also got 3 aces. So
the feast or famine serve.
Exactly.
Carl Eberts with the serve, and Hunt, not good contact, just manages to put it over. Opportunity from the back row to swing, but Carl Eberts hits it into the net. Hawaii 2-1 here in set number 3.
And that was an unforced error. That's what I think Kevin Ring has probably talked to his team about. I think Eberts was really trying so hard to keep it in that he underswung, and the ball never had a chance. But certainly San Diego, in this league, you just cannot give up unforced errors like that.
We've seen a handful of timid swings on the part of the Tritons, and I think you're right. When you play to really worry about where it's going to go rather than just banging it down with authority, and that one off the antenna. And so point Warriors 3-1 here in the early goings of set number 3. Same 2 teams tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock, and then a week off, and then Hawaii will be back with its Outrigger Invitational.
Kevin Ring's got a new player playing opposite. He's got Joel Auerkamp.
West with a good biting serve. Big swing, blocked at the net. The tandem of Biscaro and Lofi, and putting it down and saying, yeah, give me a little bit of love there.
There's the set they call the BIC. That's the back row quick. It is a low set in the middle of the court, set just inside the 3-meter line. And boy, I'll tell you, JP Marks is as good as anybody at hitting that.
Once again, Nick West into the net, service error. Had a little bit of a run going.
For West now, that's his 3rd service error.
Seen a lot of service errors in this match. So far, 11 by Hawaii, 8 by UCSD. Make it 9. as the ball is served into the net on cue. 5-2 Hawaii. Back to serve for the Warriors will be Sam Biscaro, sophomore out of Santa Barbara. Biscaro appeared in all 28 matches last year as a freshman. Hunt, little piece of that to keep that one alive, setting it to the near side and powering it through the block is Johan Timmer.
Now that was as good a transition play from defense to offense as Hawaii's had all night. They got a good touch in the block. Costello with a great pass where Biscaro could have set any one of 4 people there. He chose Timmer on the backside. Well-constructed play.
Biscaro back to serve, Hawaii. Up 6-2 here in the third. And that one just off the tape and comes down on the Hawaii side. Side out, point UCSD. Back to serve.
Biscaro's second service error.
And Auerkamp, who you mentioned, in at opposite. Back to serve, the junior out of Mission Viejo, California. 3 serving 6. One of 3 lefties on the team. Off the tape, saved by Biscaro. Set on the far side and hammering it down once again, Johan Timmer.
I'm not sure where Johan hit that ball because there were 6 hands across, a pretty well-formed block. Everybody in the gym knew where the ball was going out to him, and he just found a hole.
Timmer.
Wasn't much room there, but he found it.
Timmer with a match-high 8 kills on the night. Good dig by Costello to keep this one alive. And that one unable to, Biscaro unable to get that one. Bounces back there by Governor Neil Abercrombie and Chancellor Virginia Hinshaw, both in the house tonight to take in the action.
Biscaro's going to make that play. That was a pretty wide open play. He needs to keep that ball under control.
Garrett Dempsey. And the ball is served out. Another service error, point Hawaii. 8-4 our score. Associate head coach Jeff Hall out there talking to his players. A really good guy. Had an opportunity to sit and talk to him for about an hour and a half the other day. So happy to be here in Hawaii with his family. He says, I don't want to leave. I want to be here a long time with Charlie and company.
Good swing by Ebers, the co-captain that time on the outside. You see a shot at Jeff Hall. Used to be at EOP, used to be at UC San Diego.
He's pretty much the main recruiter in charge of scouting as well. Not a good set that time, kind of behind the head of Marks. And that one skied out, asking for a touch and getting it. The ball was off the block. And a point for the Tritons. They pull within a couple. 6 serving 8. Greg Smith back to serve. A 2-point run for UCSD to pull within 2. Floating it over. Hunt with the pass, setting it up and hammering it down, JP Marks. And Marks now with 6 kills.
Marks really has more range than I anticipated. I knew he had this cross-court shot, and he can hit it with heat, but he's also got that line shot. So he's got what they call a wide band.
Timmer again with the serve. Nice job by Eberts to get to that one. And then the ball hit, block again, and into the match. On the blocking side, JP Marks. We've seen him with a kill and teaming up that time with Nick West, the duo at the net. And Hawaii, the block continues to impress, Chris.
11 blocks to 2. This isn't one of the things that I saw in the fall or recently in the last couple of weeks. I saw a lot of other things that I like, but not necessarily the block.
Hunt saving that one, going cross court. Marks hammers it down. Nice dig back there by Lennon. Back to JP Marks, and he is blocked, but out. And another kill for JP Marks. He's up at 7. Biggest lead of this game so far. Hawaii +5, 11-6. And a timeout here at the Stan Sheriff Center as Hawaii trying to put away the Tritons in 3 straight. We'll be back with more. All right, back at the Stan Sheriff Center, Hawaii, looking to close out the Tritons of UC San Diego in 3 straight. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank.
Well, there's a lot of places the middle attacker can run, in front of the setter or behind the setter. This time, for the first time tonight, Sam Biscaro called for the attacker, Nick West, to run behind him and hopefully catch somebody off guard. He really didn't. The block was late, but he didn't really fool a lot of people. But that kind of play has absolutely got to be pulled out of the playbook at least once or twice a night in order to keep the other team honest. And that's how it works.
All right. Back to serve again for Hawaii is Johan Timmer. And the swing, getting it in that time for the kill.
Except there was a net violation on Nick West that time. He got a little bit over anxious. Ironically, San Diego just ran the same play as we did for how it works. A little back quick to the middle attacker.
7 serving 11. Garrett Dempsey floats it over. And going right to the middle, Nick West. Off the block for the kill. Point Hawaii, 12-7. So Hawaii really starting to spread it around. And this is the difference that we've seen, or will see this year compared to last year. JP Mark 7 kills, West 6, Johan Timmer 8, Stephen Hunt 5. Charlie Wade said this will be the year that we spread the wealth. And a good swing that time, putting it down for the kill, Sebastian Brady.
Well, that's a 31 timing set that didn't work the first couple of sets to Brady, but all of a sudden now they've got a new setter in. Garrett Dempsey did connect with Brady. Well-run play.
And he's the only player hitting in positive territory for UCSD. Into the block. Big arms of Brady up there to keep that play live. Back to Hunt. And Hunt able to squeeze it down inside the block. Point Hawaii. 13-8 Hawaii. Back to serve, Nick West. And he floats it over and floats it long. Another service error on the part of the Warriors.
You know why he did the jump float? Because he's missed 4 already tonight. So Charlie Wade's, I'm pretty sure he told him, hey, you got to stand and hit the little floater. And if you're going to do it, you got to keep it in play.
Yeah, that's the go-to when you need to get it in, right?
Exactly. Although it's not that easy a serve to hit, but certainly I think it's easier than the jump serve.
Another floater back to Hawaii, setting it up in the middle. Not a good swing by Lofi, and then a good job of putting that one down.
And not a great decision by Lofi that time. That ball, he thought it was going to be passed close to the net. The overpass would be close to the net, but it drifted to about the 6-foot line. At that point, you pass it up and run another play. You don't try to attack it from there.
And Greg Smith getting his first kill of the night to the Tritons, who pull within 3. And now trailing by 4 is another service error. Sebastian Brady hits it into the net.
Every time the Tritons seem to put on a little run, they have something like a service error that stops that run, that momentum.
11 service errors now of the Tritons of UCSD. Far too many, especially when you're hitting in negative territory. That one nearly kisses the scoreboard at the top of this arena and bounces down. That's going to be a point for UCSD. Wait a long time for that one to come down.
Good swing, nice cutback. Yeah, it was very close to hitting the scoreboard.
Yeah, may have just kissed it, but not enough to really knock it off direction. If it comes back on the same side of the court, ball still in play. Backs at Hunt. And Hunt hammers it down in front of Abercamp. And Hunt with another kill. That's 7 for Stephen Hunt. And a timeout called by Kevin Ring of UCSD. 15-11 Hawaii looking to sweep the Tritons. 3 straight.
Big Island Candies would like to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire selection and place your order today.
Not exactly sure what the mustaches are, but a couple smiling young ladies right behind the Warrior bench. They got a pretty good seat there in the 2nd row. Of course, they got to kind of look around Charlie Wade and Jeff Hall, who are sitting right in front of them. 15-11 Hawaii. They've taken the first two sets, 25-16, 25-20. Stephen Hunt with the float serve and floats it long. Another service error on the part of Hawaii.
Stephen Hunt's third service errors. The errors are beginning to rack up for Hawaii. That's 14 now on the night.
Lennon with the serve. To the near side and a big roof and a good block that time by Carl Eberts. And Eberts got way up and put that one straight back down on the Hawaii side of the net.
He's doing his best Stephen Hunt imitation here with the block solo there. Great shot. Timmer really had nowhere to go. Biscaro put that ball a little bit too tight to the net. Going to put Timmer in the closet.
Battle of the number sevens, and Ebert won that one. Little move at the net. Also, somebody made contact with the net. Are they calling a net violation? Back no blocker call against the Warriors. A three-point run by UCSD, and now they're back within one here in this third set. Hawaii is led by as many as 5 at 11-6. And another serve into the net, just what you said, Chris. Every time the Tritons start to pull away, or pull at least close, they give one away.
Yeah, Ron Lyman that time, that was his third service error of the night. He's got an ace to go along with it. You know, the serve in men's volleyball is so important to put the other team in passing problems. There's a pass that's way off the net. Hard to run a middle attack there.
That one off the antenna, so an antenna violation. That'll be a point for the Warriors, and they'll go up 17-14. Crutch. Troy Crutchfield, the senior out of Long Beach, California, to serve. Appeared in 9 matches last year, used primarily as a serving and defensive specialist. Attended Long Beach City College for a couple of years. Led that team to a championship before coming to Manoa. Nicely dug up back there by Hunt. Cross court and hammering down for the kill. J.P. Marks, and Marks with his 8th kill.
And who made that play was Stephen Hunt with the dig, and then Crutch with the set. 3-man block, and Marks still finds a way through. He's a magician.
Marks now even with Timmer at 8 kills apiece. And Crutch ain't not able to get to that one.
14-17.
UCSD back within 3. Always effort all the time.
Little muscle man pose there.
Look good. And another service error. Boy, I tell you what, the head coach over there, Kevin Ring, he's just got to be beside himself.
Before the game, he did predict that, actually. He said, you know, we got 10 aces on Monday night against Brandon of Canada, Manitoba. And he says, but I don't care about those aces. I'm worried about the 20 errors we made that night. So he had major concerns coming into this contest.
Timmer with the tough serve. And Hawaii with an opportunity and taking the overpass and unfortunately hitting it out and wide is Nick West. He saw a ball kind of popped right up there into his zone. Kind of rushed it and hit it wide.
Actually, you know, I kind of like that. He was up there at the net, being alert, being ready. And if San Diego was going to bump the ball over short, he was going to hammer it back down. Unfortunately, it went a little bit longer than he anticipated.
16 serving 19. And an easy touch. Nicely dug up back there by Garrett Dempsey. Hunt flying out of the back row. And again, West trying to take advantage of the overpass. And again, the block at the net, but out, and that's going to be a point for San Diego.
Second time tonight, Hawaii middle blockers have made what I would call not the best choices by trying to attack a ball that's an overpass that's 6 feet into their court.
Kind of had to reach back behind him to West on that last chance. J.P. Marks once again didn't get a great swing on that one. Put back over. Go right back to Marks, and not a good set that time. He has to two-hand it over. Opportunity for UCSD, and more confusion on that side. So we've seen 3 straight bad sets, and nobody really got a good swing. But in the end, Hawaii got the point.
Hawaii dodged a bullet in an ugly round.
But a point is a point, and Hawaii now 5 points away from closing out this match on the opening night of their 2012 campaign.
Again, like I say, not easy points to get from 20 to 25. Tough points to get. especially after you've pretty much dominated the first 2 sets.
Marks back to serve with 8 kills on the night. Good serve that time. And an opportunity once again in another antenna violation. I believe that's the 3rd or 4th time that we've seen that. Hawaii the beneficiary of it every time, and now they lead at 21-17. Coach Ring saying, I don't really see the antenna moving this time. What's the call? He seems to be a little bit.
What the call was.
All right,
Sam, get in there, Sam.
the man on the Hawaii side with the flag signaled an antenna violation. Let's
Maybe
see.
it's Stephen Hunt hitting the antenna. Yeah, Stephen Hunt hit it, not the.
Well, you're absolutely right. It was Stephen Hunt, but unfortunately, the use of video replay is not going to happen.
Yeah, it was definitely Hunt that hit the antenna, not the San Diego attacker. Now, Dan Hiranaka in his brand new turquoise shirt.
Yeah, same color. Well, Hawaii gets
It's
the call.
unfortunate because that was not the correct call.
So Kevin Ring's going to call a timeout. Yeah, that one, he'll watch the replay a little bit later, as may the officials. But you know what? Everybody's human. It happens. It happens on the fly. It happens in fast action. It's easy to have the benefit of slow motion instant replay, isn't it?
One of the stories of the night has been San Diego's service errors. We'll call them miscues, I guess. They've got 11 on the night. There's another one. You know what's kind of interesting? Most of their service errors have been into the net, not long. I would say out of the 11, I'd say 9 of them been into the net where the passers do not even have to make a decision as to whether the ball's going to go in or out. When it goes to the net, plays over, they get the point. At least if you serve the ball long, the other team's got to make a decision about whether to pass it or not.
Yeah, and I was going to say conversely, Hawaii hasn't exactly had a great serving night itself because they have had 14 service errors, but
here's a guy who never makes an error, right?
Never makes an error, always right IQ. But I think, good to your point, most of Hawaii's service errors have been long.
Correct, and not as many into the net. Alan Hackbarth, what a legend. He helped fill this place up. Even Abercrombie's having fun watching him play, watching him dance. You know, I remember Hackbarth in the mid-90s bringing people into this arena as much as U-Ball Kotz did. I swear there was 5,000 to see U-Ball play. There was another 3 come and watch the rubber band man, we used to call it.
Absolutely.
And he was playing on the football team at the time, Kamehameha graduate. And he's got all the moves from hula to hip hop. He's got them all.
Trying to get a high five out of the UCSD players, and he's not going to get it. Come on, just one. Give me a little bit of love. Anything? Anything? the guy's standing right next to him, about 1.5 feet away. Not going to get it. Not going to get it. So Hawaii, 21-17, 4 points away from claiming the W in their first match of the season. Hawaii last year, 15-13 overall, 13-9, finishing 5th in the MPSF. And Marks amid the silence of the Span Sheriff Center.
If you didn't
15 services.
If you didn't know anything about men's volleyball, you just want to go to the arena because it was something to do that night, it would be worth the price of admission, in my opinion, to watch Alan Hackbarth get crazy. He is fun.
100% agree. Off the net. Nice job to get it by Costello. That one is off the scoreboard. In play still. Dug up in the back row by Marks. Timber just plops it over easily. Timber with the save and a little soft touch by Hunt and managing to come up with it.
Back row attack, he stepped over the line. Point Hawaii.
So Hunt, we've seen him once with that soft little roll shot over the defense of the front row of UCSD. Almost worked, and they got the point in the end.
He really does need to develop a repertoire of more than just hard, and harder. That soft shot's an important part of him becoming a great attacker, in my opinion.
So we're going to get Brooks Sador into the match for the first time tonight. And Brooks Sador, he is a freshman, and he's going to be a fun guy to watch over the years. And Charlie Wade and the coaching staff really high on him. He's out of Alberta, Canada. The 2011 graduate of Grand Prairie Composite High School, member of back-to-back provincial championship teams there.
Yeah, great club player, great high school player. Brings a lot of energy to the gym. He's been fun to watch this last week when they had some really high-level scrimmages.
Yep, All-American at the Junior Olympics. Comes off the bench and gets a good serve. He's got like the Michael Jordan tongue hanging out there as he's back playing a little defense now here. At the net, move at the net, blocked up there by Biscaro. Tremendous play, and Hawaii coming up with a point as Jared Lofi puts it down.
I'm impressed with what Sador did, Brooks Sador did on his serve. He's been sitting around for about an hour and a half, and he just ripped his jump serve, got it in, then Lofi taps that last one down for the point. But Sador, very impressive how he attacked that first serve.
Sador back to serve again. Last time he served it, went into his defensive spot, and just had the tongue was wagging. Off the block of Lofi and Biscaro, setting it up over the middle. Lofi, Roof, trying to save it as Hunt goes up on the little computerized banner.
Almost
right?
stepped on Scott Robb's head.
Almost got the radio team over there. You're right. Scott Robbs actually took out the field mic over there.
Watch the effort by Stephen Hunt. He runs off to the side and steps up. Looks at, takes a second thought about stepping on Mr. Robbs' noggin. There he is. The voice of in the radio of Rainbow Volleyball.
Yeah, for many, many years, of course, the son of baseball broadcaster Don Robbs, who's been doing University of Hawaii baseball for better than 30 years. And another big kill by Timmer, who's got 8. And serving for the match, the crowd on its feet. An aloha ball, Sam Biscaro, the sophomore out of Santa Barbara, California, trying to put a final bow on this one. Hawaii 24-19. And all the buildup leads to yet another service error.
Error number 3 by Biscaro for the team. I believe it's 16.
16. 3 aces, 16 errors. We've seen a combined 29 service errors by these two teams tonight. Another opportunity for match point. Setting it up, Hunt! And Hunt hammers it down. The player for UCSD signaled that it maybe hit the antenna or something, but it didn't. And Hawaii wins it and takes care of business on opening match of their season. 2012 starts with a bang, a block party, and a lot of excitement on the part of the Warrior volleyball team. They win it in straight sets, 25-16, 25-20, and 25-20. And it was a pretty solid showing for the guys in black and white tonight, Chris.
Yeah, I was impressed. I really was. That they did an awful lot of good things, and especially at the net with their blocking was very impressive. And then the distribution of the sets to so many different players. You know, Stephen Hunt with 8 kills, Timmer with 8 kills, Nick West with 6, JP Marks with 7. And that's a nice distribution of sets, and the blocking just tremendous. Charlie Wade, I think, has got to be happy with the performance.
If you want to really find one thing to pick apart, it's going to be the serving, but it's like shooting free throws. They'll be back in the gym tomorrow. You can bet they're going to be working on their serves. But a lot of positives, I think, for Charlie Wade and his staff to take out of his first match.
This San Diego team is better than they played tonight. I think tomorrow night we're going to expect a very different match tomorrow night.
Charlie Wade coming over right now and being joined by our Dan Devone. Dan, take it away.
All right, Howard, thanks so much. Coach, there was so much talk, so many questions coming into this year about this year's team and the youngsters. Talk about their play after just one match.
Well, I think JP Marks passed the audition, and Yoha Timmer had a really nice night for us, so that's a real positive. You know, it's a good young group. We're really excited about our level of athleticism, and, you know, it's going to be a fun year.
And you talked about this previous week that it's no longer a one-dimensional team, and you mentioned JP Marks. Not as dynamic as maybe as is the other German that is no longer here, but very efficient and maybe quietly in a different way.
Yeah, they certainly different style of players and play different positions, but pretty accomplished player, and we're pretty happy to have him in the program.
Not a lot of time to rejoice. Got to get back after it tomorrow night.
Yeah, we got to figure out our serve a little bit. I think we're a little neurotic from the service line tonight, but that's totally fixable. We'll be at it.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much for stopping by, and of course, good luck tomorrow night. Same two teams at it. Howard, let's go back to you.
Alrighty, Dan Devone, Charlie Wade, thank you very much. Well, Coach Wade saying exactly what we knew he would say, and that is we got to get back in there and work on the serve. But yeah, JP Marks, I'd say he passed the audition. 8 kills, 9 more for Johan Timmer. Hawaii wins it in straight sets. Stick around, everybody. Much more to come from the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii, a winner in straight sets over the Tritons of UC San Diego. Back at the Stan Sheriff Center under the Big H. And let's take a look, Chris, at our bank of Hawaii players of the match.
Carl Eberts with 5 kills. Unfortunately, he also had 5 errors, so he hit 0-0-0, but he's just their best all-around player. He does an awful lot of things well. He passes well for him, blocks well. He's got a block there. The block solo he got on the right side there on Stephen Hunt, I believe, and he got 4 digs, solid play. And for Hawaii, how about Timmer with 9 kills, only 1 error all night long, hitting .571. That probably leads the country right now, and 7 digs as well.
Well, it was a great offensive show at time for Hawaii. Timmer, 9 kills, Marks and Hunt with 8 each. And it's kind of nice because you were able to see develop exactly what we kind of laid out going in without Umlauf and without Skywalker here once again. The question was, who's going to fill the void? And the answer is it's going to be a team effort, and we saw it tonight.
Yeah, we really did. 4 guys with 8 kills or more. That's really impressive, and credit's got to go to all those guys for working hard over the summer, working hard in the fall, paying attention to details on what their assignments, what their roles were going to be. It's really tough to take the place of 2 guys who had, all that offense. But clearly, Hunt stepped up, Timmer stepped up, JP Marks. They just did a tremendous job. And Nick West, you got to love him in the middle. He got a bunch of kills. He got 7 or 8 kills himself.
He's a rock star.
Plus, he's the rock star. He's got the Elvis look and everything. And you got to love their introductions. That might have been the highlight of the night, the way they introduced themselves. But they can't get too carried away with that. Otherwise, other teams are going to start taunting and going, who do you guys think you are?
Right. It's only night number 1. But you know what? 1 night, 1 W in the 2012 season is off to a good start. Chris, it's been a pleasure. We'll do it again tomorrow, my friend.
Tomorrow night's going to be tougher. I'm telling you, I'm going to predict right now it's going to be tougher.
All right.
Watch out.
We will find out. Stick around, everybody. The post-game show comes your way next. Warrior Volleyball reaction. That does it for us. Chris and I will see you tomorrow, but stick around. Much more to come here at the Stan Sheriff Center, where Hawaii wins its opener in 3 straight.